Greetings everyone. I am EJB Ibnungadjan together with my co-speaker, Miss Ivy Jane Formeza, and our video editors, Miss Glyzel Ladro and Miss Cristal Dumanda. In this video is all about financial literacy. The questions are, what is financial literacy? What is money? How important is financial literacy? Why is financial literacy important in this 21st century? Financial literacy is a core life skill in an increasingly complex world where people need to take charge of their own finances, budget, financial choices, managing risk, savings, credit, and financial transactions. It is the ability to understand and effectively use various financial skills, including personal financial management, budgeting, and investing. The meaning of financial literacy is the foundation of your relationship with money, and it is a lifelong journey of learning. Financial literacy is the ability to make informed judgments and make effective decisions regarding the use and management of money. Hence, teaching financial literacy yields better financial management skills. It is the ability of a person to handle his or her assets, especially cash, more efficiently, while understanding how money works in the real world. An essential indicator of people's ability to make financial decisions is their level of financial literacy. The Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD, aptly defines financial literacy as not only the knowledge and understanding of financial concepts and risk, but also the skills, motivation, and confidence to apply such knowledge and understanding in order to make effective decisions across a range of financial concepts or context, to improve the financial well-being of individuals and society, and to enable participation in economic life. Thus, financial literacy refers to both knowledge and financial behavior. Poor financial decisions can have a long-lasting impact on individuals, their families, and the society caused by lack of financial literacy. Low levels of financial literacy are associated with lower standards of living, decreased psychological and physical well-being, and greater reliance on government support. However, when put into correct practice, financial literacy can strengthen savings behavior, eliminate maxed-out credit cards, and enhance timely debt. A lack of financial knowledge and capability leads to poor financial choices and investment mistakes, which could result in undesired economic consequences. Low financial literacy is often cited as a potential cause of undersaving. The importance of financial literacy. What is the importance of financial literacy? Financial literacy helps you manage your money wisely, make sound financial decisions, and achieve financial stability in life. On top of this, financial literacy also helps you get through the unexpected moments in life, like a medical emergency or a sudden loss of employment. The importance of starting financial literacy while still young. National surveys show that young adults have the lowest levels of financial literacy, as reflected in their inability to choose the right financial products and lack of interest in undertaking sound financial planning. Therefore, financial education should begin as early as possible and be taught in schools. According to ACDAG in 2013, that in the recent financial crisis, financial literacy is very crucial and tends to be advantageous if introduced in the very early years as preschool years. Financial education is a long-term process, and incorporating it into the curricula from an early age allows children to acquire the knowledge and skills while building responsible financial behavior throughout each stage of education. What is a financial plan? A financial plan documents an individual's long-term financial goals and creates a strategy for achieving them. The plan should be comprehensive but also highly individualized to reflect the individual's personal and family situations, risk tolerance, and future expectations. According to Kagan in 2019, a financial plan is a comprehensive statement of an individual's long-term objectives for security and well-being and detailed savings an investing strategy for achieving the objectives. It begins with a thorough evaluation of the individual's current financial state and future expectations. The following are steps in creating a financial plan. First is calculating net worth. Net worth is the amount by which assets exceed liabilities. In so doing, consider assets that entail one's cash, property, investments, savings, jewelry, and wealth. And liabilities include credit card debt, loans, and mortgage. The formula is the total assets minus total liabilities equals the current net worth. Knowing your net worth is important because it can help you identify areas where you spend too much money. Just because you can afford something doesn't mean you have to buy it. To keep debt from accumulating unnecessarily, consider if something is a need or a want before you make a purchase. Second, determining cash flow. A financial plan is knowing where money goes every month. Documenting it will help see how much is needed every month for necessities and the amount for savings and investment. Cash flow is the money that's flowing in and out of your pocket. Having a positive cash flow means that more money is coming into the business than going out. It's just as important as profit when it comes to determining your business performance. Third, considering the priorities. The core of a financial plan is the person's clearly defined goals that may include: first, retirement strategy for accumulating retirement income. Having a substantial amount of money set aside for your retirement years can assure you of a comfortable life down the road. This allows you to be financially independent, not having to rely on children, grandchildren, or relatives to sustain you when the time comes. Second, comprehensive risk management plan, including a review of life and disability insurance, personal liability coverage, property and casualty coverage, and catastrophe coverage. Financial risk management strategies are a plan of action or policies that are designed to deal with various forms of financial risk. The strategies are important for any firm or individual to manage the inherent financial risk that come with operating within the economy and financial system. Third, long-term investment plan based on specific investment objectives and a personal risk tolerance profile. A long-term investment is an account a company plans to keep for at least a year, such as stocks, bonds, real estate, and cash. The account appears on the asset side of a company's balance sheet. Long-term investors are generally willing to take on more risk for higher rewards. Fourth, tax reduction strategy for minimizing taxes on personal income allowed by the tax code. Knowing the right tax reduction strategies for high-income earners is key to lowering your income taxes. 5 financial improvement strategies. Financial literacy shapes the way people view and handle money. The following are financial improvements suggested by Investopedia as a journey to financial literacy. First, identify your starting point. Calculating the net worth is the best way to determine both current financial status and progress over time to avoid financial trouble by spending too much on wants and not enough for the needs. Second, set your priorities. Making a list of rated needs and wants can help set financial priorities. Needs are things one must have in order to survive, such as food, shelter, clothing, healthcare, and transportation, while wants are things one would like to have but are not necessary for survival. Third, document your spending. One of the best ways to figure out cash flow or what comes in and what goes out is to create a budget or a personal spending plan. A budget lists down all income and expenses to help meet financial obligations. Fourth, lay down your debt. Living with debt is costly not just because of interest and fees. but it can also prevent people from getting ahead with their financial goals. Once you've paid off your debt, you can then more aggressively build your savings by contributing the full amount you were previously paying each month toward debt. Fifth, secure your financial future. Retirement is an uncontrollable stage in a worker's life, of which counterpart are losing the job, suffering from an illness or injury, or to be forced to care for a loved one that may lead to an unplanned retirement. Therefore, knowing more about retirement options is an essential part of securing financial future. Financial goal planning and setting. Setting goals is a very important part of life, especially in financial planning. Before investing the money, consider setting personal financial goals. Financial goals are targets usually driven by specific future financial needs, such as saving for a comfortable retirement, sending children to college, or enabling a home purchase. There are three key areas in setting investment goals for consideration. A. Time horizon. It indicates the time when the money will be needed. To note, the longer the time horizon, the more risky investments can be made. B. Risk tolerance. Investors may let go of the possibility of large gain if they knew there was also a possibility of a large loss, while others are more willing to take the chance of a large loss if there were also a possibility of a large gain. The time horizon can affect risk tolerance. C. Liquidity needs. Liquidity refers to how quickly an investment can be converted into cash. The liquidity needs usually affect the type of chosen investment to meet the goals. D. Investment goals. Growth, income, and stability. Once determine the financial goals and how time horizon, risk tolerance, and liquidity needs affect them, it is time to think about how investments may help achieve those goals. When considering any investment, think about what it offers in terms of three key investment goals. First, growth. Growth is an increase in the value of an investment. Second, income. Income of which some investments make periodic payments of interest or dividends that represent investment income and can be spent or reinvested. And lastly, stability. Stability, or known as capital preservation or protection principle. Budget and budgeting. A budget is an estimation of revenue and expenses over a specified future period of time and is usually compiled and reevaluated on a periodic basis. Budgets can be made for a variety of individual or business needs or just about anything else that makes and spends money. Budgeting, on the other hand, is the process of creating a plan to spend money. Creating this spending plan allows one to determine in advance whether he or she will have enough money to do the things he or she needs or likes to do. Thus, budgeting ensures to have enough money for the things needed and those important ones and will keep one out of debt. 7 steps to good budgeting. The following are 7 steps that may help in attaining good budgeting. Step 1. Set realistic goals. Goals for the money will help make smart spending choices upon deciding on what is important. Key short-term goals include setting a budget, reducing debt, and starting an emergency fund. Medium-term goals should include key insurance policies, while long-term goals need to be focused on retirement. Step 2. Identify income and expenses. Upon knowing how much is earned each month and where it all goes, start tracking the expenses by recording every single cent. The simplest and most accurate way to determine your income and expenses is to keep all of your receipts, bills, invoices, and collections and enter them into a ledger as they occur. At the end of each month, perform a reconciliation using your bank and credit statements to double-check your ledger numbers. Step 3. Separate needs from wants. Set clear priorities and the decisions become easier to make by identifying wisely those that are really needed or just wanted. If you aren't sure if an item is a need or a want, do without it for a period of time. If after the time you truly can't live without it, it may be a need. However, even when the essentials like shelter or transportation involve a want versus need calculation. Step 4. Design your budget. Make sure to avoid spending more than what is earned. Balance budget to accommodate everything needed to be paid for. A balanced budget is a budget in which revenues are equal to expenditures. Thus, neither a budget deficit nor a budget surplus exists. More generally, it is a budget that has no budget deficit but could possibly have a budget surplus. Step 5. Put your plan into action. Match spending with income time. Decide ahead of time what you will use each payday. Non-reliance to credit for the living expenses will protect one from debt. Step 6. Plan for seasonal expenses. Set money aside to pay for unplanned expenses so to avoid going into debt. Budgeting for seasonal events and trips will not only help you manage your finances better, but also offer you more efficient ways to save. Step 7. Look ahead. Having a stable budget can take a month or two, so ask for help if things are not getting well. Spending. If budget goals serve as a financial wish list, a spending plan is a way to make those wishes a reality. Turn them into an action plan. The following are practical strategies in setting and prioritizing budget goals and spending plan. Number 1. Start by listing your goals. Setting budget goals requires forecasting and discussing future needs and dreams with the family. Number 2. Divide your goals according to how long it will take to meet each goal. Classify your budget goals into 3 categories. Short-term goals, less than a year. Medium-term goals, 1 to 5 years. And long-term goals, more than 5 years. Short-term goals are usually the immediate needs and wants. Medium-term goals are things that you and your family want to achieve during the next 5 years. And long-term goals extend well into the future, such as planning for retirement. Number 3. Estimate the cost of each goal and find out how much it costs. Before assigning priority to goals, it is important to determine the cost of each goal. The greater the cost of a goal, the more alternative goals must be sacrificed in order to achieve it. Number 4. Project future cost. For short-term goals, inflation is not a big factor, but for medium and long-term goals, it is a big factor. To calculate the future cost of the goals, there is a need to determine the rate of inflation applied to each particular goal. Number 5. Calculate how much you need to set aside each period. Upon knowing the future cost of the goals, next is to determine how much to put aside each period to meet all the goals. Number 6. Prioritize your goals. Upon listing down all the goals and the estimated amount needed for each goal, prioritize them. This serves as guide in decision making. Number 7. Create a schedule for meeting your goals. It is important to lay down all the goals according to priority with the corresponding amount of money needed, the time it will be needed, and the installments needed to meet the goals. Investment and investing. An investment is an asset or item acquired with the goal of generating income or appreciation. Appreciation refers to an increase in the value of an asset over time. When an individual purchases a good as an investment, the intent is not to consume the good, but rather to use it in the future to create wealth. Investing comes with the potential of greater rewards over time. There are many ways you can invest your money, but consider 4 aspects. First, how long will you invest the money? Time horizon. So investors who put money into the market should be able to keep it there for at least 3 to 5 years, and the longer, the better. If you can't do that, short-term investments such as a high-yield savings account may be a better option. So you can use time as a huge ally in your investing. Number 2, how much money do you expect your investment to earn each year? That is, the expectation of return. The expected return is the profit or loss that an investor anticipates on an investment that has known historical rates of return, or ROR. It is calculated by multiplying potential outcomes by the chances of them occurring and then totaling these results. Number 3, how much of your investment are you willing to lose in the short term in order to earn more in the long term? That is the risk tolerance. And number 4, what types of investment interest you? That is the investment type.